You're listening to the Claret and Big Blue podcast on the Pass the Gravy Podcast Network.
Who do you think you are? I am!
Goat's vagina, that thing was huge.
You said that, not me.
Just come up, taken away by Wicks. Let's see it! Oh, it's glorious! Play action, over the middle, touchdown Giants! Give me a hell yeah!
And we are live.
We'll do it live!
Welcome everyone to Claret and Big Blue, probably the only podcast on the internet dedicated to West Ham United and the New York Giants. That's right, football and football balls for everyone's taste. I am Mike Fish and I am joined as always by Mr. Alex Middleton. Alex, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing as good as I can be doing for the way our fucking teams have treated us over the last week.
So now we can truly answer the question, what becomes of the broken hearted? Beautiful segue there.
All right, there we go. That was perfect.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
So, because boy did we get fucked this weekend. It wasn't enjoyable.
It was the worst. It was the worst.
And it was like almost like they were carbon copies of each other. But we'll get into that. I mean, before we punish ourselves, what have you been up to? How was your weekend?
It was good. Didn't have to do too much, so that was always fun. But what about you? How was your weekend?
Same as every weekend. Beaches and breweries, which is always nice.
That's cool. That's a way more fun weekend than I had.
Yeah, down the Jersey Shore as always on Saturday. Got some. Well, you can't actually tell, but I am slightly tanned. And then, what's that?
I can tell, buddy.
Oh, thanks.
You looking blonde.
Bronze God. And then went down to a brewery near there. And then on Sunday, we was like, what should we do? Let's just go to another brewery. It was lovely stuff. The good people at Elementary Brewery, who one day will sponsor us, and they don't know it yet. But there we go.
You can play them this moment, and they'll be like, oh, he did say that.
Inside source, inside scoop.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it here first. So how are we going to do this, Alex? Because we've got a lot to talk about. We've got like 2 West Ham games, a Giants game, and then we've got to preview 2 West Ham games and a Giants game. So should we just go in chronological order, or should we just go Giants first? West Ham?
Let's go West Ham first, because I feel like there's more to discuss there, and there's at least some positive. You know,
right?
Like we had Europa. Let's start a little Europa talk. You know.
So do you want the good news or the bad news first? Let's go with the good news. Last Thursday, West Ham played Dinamo Zagreb in Group H, if I'm correct, in the Europa League, and it was just one of those. It was just a solid game. Like, we just pretty much dominated, I think, from like the first 20 minutes of the game. I think we had 75% of the possession. It was very not as many changes to the lineup that I was expecting. We saw Fabianski stayed in goal. Kurt Zuma did come in. I think, as far as I can remember, all the changes were at the back, right? We had Fredericks come in for Sufal.
Which at the time seemed laughable. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of questioning, but then what did we teach ourselves? We don't question Moyes, but I mean, like, that changed later in the week. But at that point, I was like, why would I ever question Moyes? Moyes knows what he's doing. This is a great idea.
Yeah, so Fredericks came in for Sufal. Zuma came in for Dawson. He looked very good. And Diop. Issa Diop came from... I haven't seen him for a while. He came back.
Yeah.
And
I thought he was like hurt or something. I don't know. It's just like he had been weirdly out of the not weirdly. We have a lot of people back there now, but like he had been out of the lot for a while, and it was like, oh, D back fucking in. No, he's not. Oh, okay. Well, good to see him out there.
Yeah, good to see you back, buddy.
He's a solid like depth though. I would say for that position at least. the backfield is awesome. I love that going into like having like starting 2 games a week that we're going to be doing from now on. It was I felt happy. Like maybe not with the forward position. Obviously, Vlasic is going to be it's going to be a process to get him adjusted to being like a striker type player. But I don't know. I was pretty happy with it. And I liked Antonio getting to go just because he kind of had to.
Yeah, it'd been pointless to rest him because was he resting for?
Rest him this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Already.
But yeah, Kurt Zouma making his first West Ham start. I thought he was solid, arguably man of the match. He just dominated.
I would definitely say so. There were a couple opportunities that I felt like that one that went off of his foot. He stopped a shot and then he was shutting people down, man. He was a fucking shadow all over the place. Like I liked it. I liked it a lot. And you saw that a little bit on Saturday or Sunday as well. Just like he's a solid acquisition that we got, and I'm really happy with a guy like him on our team.
He kind of like comes out because there's a couple of instances in the Zagreb game where they would get the ball at maybe the halfway line. They're just about to start making their way into our half, and it almost like Zoom would just come out of nowhere and just like kick the ball away. Like, no, go away.
That's what I love. Back again. I love that. It's like, nope, start over.
Yeah, fucking not coming in here.
Like it was like on a penalty kill in hockey. Just like, let me clear it out again. Just all right. Like we're not having to do all the runaround. We had like at one point it was like 70% of the possession.
Yeah,
and it like we were dominating. And I don't know. Like I got cocky, but then in my head I'm like, Alex, you can't be this way. But like, are we just that much better than everybody in our group? Because this is who we thought was the toughest team. Like maybe Dinamo Zagreb was off. But I felt like we showed up, and that's really what you got to do in these Europa games. Obviously, you had the emotions that were high going into your first Europa game for a lot of these guys, and just like I feel like it meant a lot to these guys that first game. Just hopefully that kind of continues going forward.
Yeah, I think there was a little worry where are we going to get nervous, stage fright?
Is the stage too big? Yeah,
but no, I think they used it as motivation. It didn't look out of place at all.
Declan got a goal. That was cool.
It was a hell of a goal.
Both of our goals were great.
Because the first one was. Don't get me wrong. Technically,
I don't know. It was like we went up 1-0. I was like, yes, all right, here we go.
Well, it seemed like
fairly early.
It seemed like a nice tap in, but I think the technicality behind it, I guess, was good in that he was there to sweep up that mistake. He rushed onto that ball, took it around the goalkeeper, and then at a tight angle kicked it into the goal. Always the right thing to do. But yeah, Rice, it was like he picked up the ball in his own half and just like running at them, and it was like, is anyone going to tackle me? No? I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
No? Okay. No. Oh shit. I'm one-on-one with the goalkeeper now.
Was there like an offside? Like I was like, he couldn't have been offside. He had the ball. No, okay. What happened? Was there some sort of card situation? Oh, nope. They just really didn't stop him.
It was like, what was that?
We had that happen a couple weeks ago, like one of our last wins.
It was West Ham's under 23s when they played Arsenal under 23s, and there was that. I can't remember. It was kind of Coventry.
Yeah,
I think it's where he was just kind of literally just walking the ball, and no one was like, and he was like, okay.
You're gonna score then.
Thanks. But yeah, it was very encouraging to see because yes, they were definitely going in. That's their hardest opponent in that group.
That we know of. I don't know a ton about Genk or Rapid Vienna. So maybe they're awesome Vienna too. I'm sure they're awesome. They're in Europa League.
Rapid Vienna does sound good though. That's a good name.
They sound like a team you don't want to mess with, So I think we go into that game. We got to play really well next Thursday, but we'll break that down on next week's podcast.
Next week. But yeah, it's nice, and we play them away, so it's always good to get a win on away. Because I think I don't know if we touched on this last week, but the importance of winning this group, because if you come second, then that's when you start playing the what's the word? The rejects from the Champions League, in the fake first round of the knockout rounds before you actually get to the actual knockout round. So yeah, nice win to get us going. Very encouraging. So are we gonna? So West Ham and then
Sunday.
Sunday.
Then Sunday. So that was the end of our happiness. That was the happiness portion of the podcast, I feel like.
Well, as we always say, positive vibes. I think generally, up until around the 90th minute, well, maybe up until about the 89th minute, then, shall we say. I thought we looked very good, very solid again. I was very excited to see the partnership at the back with Zuma and Ogbonna.
I like that for the most part.
They played very well. Unfortunate with Ronaldo, he is very good at getting in the right fucking places, and that like the little tap-ins that he gets, and then he celebrates like he's dancing on ice.
Dude, I hate him, man. I hate him. I'm like Team Messi all day. Fuck Ronaldo though. Like he's such a little bitch. He was borderline Grealish this game, where it was just like, how many times was he flopping his ass on the fucking ground? Man United's whole fucking bitch ass team was doing that too. Like anytime we get into the box, how many times did they give him an injury timeout while we still had the ball? And there were 2 times we were in our own fight. Like we were about to shoot on their net, and it was like, oh, okay, we're just gonna stop this now. Cool. Like that wasn't an attacking. Like we weren't an attack or anything, but like, yeah, let's just stop it because of that fucking guy. The other guy hops right up after they stop it, and it's just like, no, I get that they made him walk off, but then he jogs right back. And then there was another time, like the Ronaldo, like they went to the VAR and were looking to see if it was it wasn't a fucking penalty. Ronaldo fell fucking check, or whoever the fuck it was. Like we're just like he and James Harden would be best friends because they just flop into each other. They just like, oh, you're standing there, watch this. Like it was very Jack Grealishy of him, and then like to act like like he was just robbed when he didn't get that penalty at the end. It was fucking horseshit. It wasn't. Like, you ran into him, man. You ran into him. It wasn't like he stuck his foot out with the intent to trip you. You ran into fucking him. And I don't know. I get that he's a star. He's going to get the star calls. But I was really happy with the officiating for the most part. And then I didn't understand how they thought that they were going to get away with the handball at the end. They made it seem like that was a very controversial call. I understand, like, natural position of your body. But if your arm is out like that, like, even if that's just the natural thing, like, his arm, if your arm is on your, like, hip or close to your hip like that, like, I get it. You know, like maybe you get a little leeway there. His arm he fully like chicken winged out, and like his hand.
Yeah, I don't naturally walk down the street like this.
I thought they were not going to award us the penalty. I felt like it was one of those. Oh, the fix is in. We get it. You want Man United to win. You're going to give them the breaks. I get that. But then, like, I was like, they're about to not award us a penalty right here at all. And in hindsight, they probably should have, because now I'm even more mad that they did, and then we fucked it up in the absolute just debauchery that it was David Moyes' decision to bring a cold fucking Mark Noble out to run out and take a penalty like that. Like, I get it. You want to go for the moment. You're living in the, like, oh, how great would it be for the longest tenured hammer in history to go and beat Man United in his final season. I don't fucking care, man. Put Declan out there. Let somebody that's been warmed up, you know, that's been running around out there. Let them fucking kick it in. And that was a great save by De Gea. Not taking away anything from him, but like, nope. At that point in time, like, yeah, he's a hero if he makes it, but he's not. And you look like an idiot now that you just sent a guy off the bench, because it wasn't like he even thought about it. He like looked over and was like, "And you, Noble, get out there." I didn't get the move. What did you think about the Noble taking the PK move?
Yeah, I don't understand it. Like, I mean, I'm not as angry. Like, there's some reactions to it.
If he was out there already, maybe.
Or if he was just been warming up, maybe. But for him to just be sitting on the bench with his cigar in his mouth and his slippers on already. So, oh, wait, shit, what? I'm needed? Fuck. Not ideal. But yeah, I would have either let Declan take it, or maybe even someone like Vlasic take it. He seems like a meaty guy that could kick a ball really hard.
And man, you probably doesn't know like what to think of from him. You know, they haven't seen him enough. It's like, what the fuck is it? Where's this guy going with it? I would have given it to Declan. I would have given it to Declan and just be like, dude, tell them they can pay us if they want you.
But I mean, to play devil's advocate, I'm not, because there's something, like I say, I was listening to a radio show that I do while I'm at work, and someone was like on saying like Noble was like tarnished his reputation because all people were going to remember this. I was like, oh, okay, relax. It's not that serious. But I can. Again, devil's advocate, I can understand David Moyes' situation because it's a very important penalty kick. It's the last minute of the game. Mark Noble has literally, I think, scored his last 10 penalties. I think he's like statistically possibly, I think one of, if not maybe like top 3 best penalty takers in the history of the Premier League or something like statistically. Like, I don't blame him. I'm not mad. I'm just kind of like, it was very risky.
If Noble made that and we got the point, I would have been like, what a great fucking ballsy move by Moy. Like, I get that. And I'm being such an asshole by being like, well, fucking stupid. But like, I was on my fucking knees, like just praying that he made that as I watched him just, it was pretty like I felt like we saw where it was going before he shot it. You know, it wasn't.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch.
I was like, you were kind of giving it away going forward. You're going like far right. Like, it's just still, you got to make the save and De Gea, but I don't know. Like, I would have probably fucked that up if I was him, but just, it was weird to have the caliber of players that we had out there on the field at the time to just be like, Noble. And I mean, you're home. You think that like, that's the feel good moment. Why, when he was jogging out there, I was like, this has to work, right? Like, why would it not work? But then
like, they're going to make a movie one day about this moment.
Yeah, it's Man United, though, so I don't know. And just the fucking that Lingard scored against us, I was so mad, but I couldn't be mad because I like Lingard. And I was just like, fuck you. But still, I respect you. God, I hate you, Burgundy. Damn it, respect.
As soon as Lingard came on, I knew. It's like, okay, he's going to fucking score. I can see it.
I was hoping he might pass it backwards and then we'd score on him. And like, it was. Remember my thoughts last week where he's throwing it to West Ham? Like, I thought maybe that was like, maybe this is our chance.
Like, we almost young boys. That would be nice.
Yeah, exactly. I was hoping for.
But what I didn't like in that, because I'm not. When people do the whole, no, I don't want to celebrate against, because out of respect for this team, I don't want to celebrate, which is awful. I was like, either celebrate or do the whole respectful not celebrating thing, because it kind of not annoyed me like to the fact of fuck Lingard, but it annoyed me where he was doing the whole no, I'm not going to celebrate. He did that for like 30 seconds, and then he did his fucking Irish jig thing. So, well, either celebrate or don't. What was that?
Well, he kind of got like mobbed when he scored, so it was kind of just like he was trying not to. And I feel like if like everybody else hadn't like jumped him at that point, like he would not have. But I don't know. I thought he was pretty cool. Like I was mad at the moment, not like at him, but just that we gave up the goal. But I mean, I thought that was a pretty shitty piece of defending. Right, it was a good goal, but. I don't know. Just he shouldn't have had it as far back as he did. I don't
know what Fabianski was doing, because
I don't either, man.
What was he on his knees for?
But he had a couple of saves, dude. Like if he hadn't, he was balls out. Like
I'm not gonna say. Yeah, I'm not saying he played
that was a
badly.
very questionable positioning, for sure.
Because it looked like he was already on his knees, and then he just like last minute was like, oh fuck. What are you doing down there? Bizarre.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anything else about?
That fucking sucked because it was literally like we're either gonna get the draw or not, and just all right. Well, fuck you, Alex. That's the start to your Sunday. Like I was so stoked because like the Giants couldn't kill me or break my heart or let me down on Sunday. I was like, I get to just watch Red Zone and just kind of hang, and. Then West Ham's like, no, fuck you. We're just gonna give you this like terrible taste and terrible feeling to just sit through in your stomach all day on Sunday, and I hated it.
But looking ahead, some bright. So we had that last minute heartbreak of Jesse Lingard scoring a goal against us, and then 2 minutes later we get a penalty and Mark Noble misses it, and we lose the game. And then I'm like. You know, whatever, it's still early in the season, it's not that big of a deal, we just brush it off, pick ourselves up, and move on to the next game. Who we got next? Fuck! Man United. Okay.
But this is, I don't care about this game. Just don't get hurt. Don't get any injuries, you know?
Yeah, I think this game is very different to the last game, because this is obviously a Carabao Cup game, 3rd round, no one gives a shit. So who knows? For all I know, West Ham could put out a bunch of 16-year-olds, and Man United could put out a bunch of 16-year-olds, and it could be like a youth cup. So we
just don't know who anybody is. We've heard like of like 3 of the guys. Like, yeah, sure, let's go with that.
Yes, I have no idea who's. I mean, okay. I love David Moyes, and his team selection always seems spot on. He makes some questionable substitutions, not just the Not Noble one, but just in the past, he always makes some weird ones or late ones. It's like, what are you doing? But his starting 11 is always on point. I will finally start to think, what are you doing if Areola doesn't start this?
Yeah, I was going to say, he's got it. Like,
surely he has to get this
you
game.
have a backup keeper for a reason, and it's this. It's
yeah.
the third round Carabao game you don't really even need.
It's
if we lose this, it's probably better for us, honestly. Like, Man United has a deeper team. They have more money. They've got the resources that we don't necessarily have yet. When we're more of a dynamic Premier League club, and we're one of the top clubs, then that's gonna change. But right now, Man United is definitely better suited to be like, fuck it, we don't care about this. And then if you started all their backups, that's a whole team that could start. They could beat Leeds probably. I feel like that way with City and Chelsea. I hate it. I hate it when you just see everybody sitting on the bench for them when they start out they do the lineup. Say, oh, okay, cool. They got that guy just on the bench. Cool. If you put just the backups, non-starters from City, Chelsea, and United together, they could probably finish out and be a mid-tier Premier League team.
Not to get too, but Carabao Cup started today, and I was watching the Manchester City game. And obviously, so they put on a lot of their reserves. And Manchester City's weakened team included Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, Mahrez, Sterling. What the fuck?
Oh,
it's almost a joke at this point.
Just taking it easy.
And poor Wickham Wanderers lost 6-1. But never mind. But they scored a goal. That was nice. But yeah, so who knows? I mean, it's got to be surely a wholesale change on this one, because I would 100%. I would start Vlasic up front. I would keep Antonio off. Just keep him rested.
You give Král. You put Král out there. Obviously, you don't start Declan. This is where you sit Declan. We need him to have fresh legs for Leeds this weekend. But yeah, I think Areola for sure is in. Zuma, you probably sit him down. I let Fredericks run again. I liked what I saw out of him. Let's see that some more. Do you throw Dawson in, or do we save Dawson for Saturday? I don't know.
No, I would if I was Moyes for the Premier League. And by the way, if you are, well, you're not watching. Twitch is shit the bed again. So if you was watching on Twitch, sorry, you're not watching it now, and you can't even hear me say that. But yeah, I think if I was Moyes, I would start the exact same team against Leeds that played Man United, minus obviously switching Antonio back in, pretty much. But yeah, Cup, I would keep Fredericks in, because why not? Keep him fit. I would probably bring Dawson back in, maybe play Dawson and Diop, maybe the double D in the back.
Like that.
Maybe I wouldn't be shocked to see what's his name, Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson.
Okay, yeah, no, that would be this is a perfect time for him. Really, anybody that's borderline, it's been around. Coventry, did we keep him or did we loan him out? Because Coventry, you would assume he's up, right?
It's about time. But yeah,
for a Carabao game, why would you not bring Coventry up and start if he's not on loan? I mean, again, I don't know our entire fucking loan situation with anybody.
I can't remember. But I can't see him making that many holes. But I would, in the middle, I would take Rice and Souček out and put Noble and Král in, just to get to give him game time. Because like I say, if we lose, we lose. Who gives a shit? No one gives a shit about Carabao Cup.
Because then that gives us there's random weeks that we'll have a bonus. Okay, cool. We only have one game this week.
Yeah.
Which is we should we need to rest that up, given the history Antonio has of how many games he can make it through in a season.
And let's be real. If you look back at the
Vlasic up front, I mean, I get that he's new to the team and everything like that, but we got to figure out a situation where we can really make him into a striker. Although he had a couple opportunities against United, one was really close too. De Gea was honestly De Gea was a fucking beast.
De Gea is very good.
I mean, I get it. That's what you get when you're United. You got a good keeper, but I thought Vlasic had some awesome chances, and I hope that he just continues to progress.
Yeah,
but give him a start.
I'd start him again. I'll just keep Antonio out. keep him back to Leeds where he's aching to go. But there we say. I don't know what we do in the midfield. Maybe Lanzini, Yarmolenko. We could do nuts.
Yeah, Lanzini.
We actually have. It's nice to have some decent, but I can't see Moyes making that many changes. I can't see. I would be shocked if tomorrow when they announce the team, it says 10 changes from our game against Man United last week.
We should do that.
Oh, we should, but I for some reason I can't. Maybe like 5 or 6 max, I think. But
if we do start some guys, like they better sub them out quick. I want that.
Yeah, because the Leeds game in the Premier League is the way more important game because Leeds. I have a
weird feeling about Leeds too.
Yeah, I was checking today. They haven't won a game yet this year, which is always nervous for me.
And we did the West Ham thing where we're playing United, cool. Let's play up to our competition. And then it's such a West Ham thing to be like, you know what? We almost beat United. We probably should have beat United we should have drawn against United. Let's just we can just run through Leeds. This isn't a problem.
Yeah, let's take it easy.
Leeds fucks us up, and then we draw 1-1 or we'll lose. That feels like such a letdown spot. I don't know. I feel like I'm so negative about both my teams just because of the last week, where it's just like you left that taste in our mouth, West Ham, and I don't like it. I think we should beat Leeds. Just on paper, we're a better team than Leeds, but I don't know which team's going to show up. And if we do rest the guys we need to rest, and we start our same squad pretty much aside from Antonio on Saturday, I do think we should beat Leeds.
The only concerning thing is Leeds, out of the 5 games they played, they've drawn 3. So I'm just worried, are they going to set up with all their players behind the ball? And
they're definitely going.
It's going to be a really boring game, I think, to watch. So if I had to, I already jump into predictions. I think that it's going to be, if we are going to win, I think it's going to be something like 1-0 or 2-1.
2-1 is what I would guess. I feel like we always give the goal.
I think the only way we're going to score a goal is if they score a goal and then they get a little bit relaxed and confident. Hey, we scored a goal. And then we counter them. But yeah, it's going to be 2-1. That's going to be my prediction for that one.
Yep. That's what I'll go with as well.
Just lock it in. But yeah, hopefully, so full sale changes tomorrow against Manchester United. I'll be watching it, but I will not be
emotionally invested in it.
No. Unless we score first, and then you'll be like, God damn it, you got me.
Fuck. Yeah, probably. That's the exact scenario I'm thinking of as well.
We're going to score in the first 5 minutes.
Just
and then be like,
when I thought I was out, you bring me right back in.
Who was that? Was that
Godfather? But then Sopranos also quoted it a lot.
Pacino? Was that Pacino?
I believe so. Just when I thought I was out.
The only time I ever think of Pacino, even though it's not his greatest quote, is always, "She got a great ass, and you got your head all the way up it." Great quote.
There's so many Pacino quotes.
Send us your favorite Pacino quote.
Yeah.
At CBB Pod on Twitter. Ay. New York Giants. Let's get into that.
Let's just fucking do it, I guess. I'm glad. I don't know if it's good or bad that we waited to record. Just because.
Oh my! If we recorded after the game,
I was so mad. I was so mad. I mean, I don't know. Dan Jones. Just let's round of applause, everybody. Dan Jones, offensive player. Who, by the way, best offensive player in football. That makes him. So I would say that makes him the best quarterback in football, according to those statistics. He's half of the best offensive players in the league this year, since there's only been 2 of those awards given out. But Daniel Jones fucking put the goddamn team on his back and did everything that motherfucker could to get us the win. How many times, when you give your team the lead in the fourth quarter, 3 separate motherfucking times, it's not your fault. And people saying "Oh, Daniel Jones just isn't get there were people that obviously were not watching the game, and I was very triggered. I was very triggered online by hatred thrown my Kings way. But where they go, Daniel Jones, just that's it for him. I was like, he fucking had a great goddamn game. What are you watching? Danny gave us every chance to win that we could possibly have. Like the defense, just what happened? What happened?
Yeah.
Why are we not good anymore? Why? Like that was the bright spot last year. The offense couldn't get anything going, and now it's like we sort of figured out the offense a little bit, and the defense is just like, hey, score as many points as you want.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I think offensively that was one of the best games I've seen for the Giants for a little while. It was
They were
very
going up
good.
and down the field the whole game.
It was just like if it wasn't for the fact that the defense would either let them through ridiculously easy, if we did stop them, it would be like, oh no, we can't stop them. Let's just have a shitty penalty. Let's just go offside. And like, what the fuck? How many offsides did we give?
Like 87, it felt like. There were way too fucking many. I don't understand it. I mean, props
Wasn't there, like,
to
two back-to-back at one point?
Yeah, we had I think maybe three, maybe even three back to back. I mean,
what the
and then
fuck are you
Danny
doing?
had Danny had the run that would have given us another lead. Like that would have been a rushing touchdown to go on top of everything else he had. It was a fucking like he had 95 yards on the night rushing. He would have had over 100 yards if you included that. But no, we had a hold that brought us back because we can't just do one goddamn thing right.
It wasn't even like the guy wasn't even going to interfere, really. It was like, why did you do that?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I it was a shit. Like, it is holding, but like that guy wasn't going to make a tackle. He was on the other side of the field.
Oh, yeah. The penalty was fair.
Don't do it. Just don't do it.
He was holding him, but why was he holding him? That's what I'm like there was no point of doing that.
No point at all. And I mean, if you think about it like that is a win. The Giants win the game, you know? The Giants win probably if that happens. If fucking Darius goddamn Slayton hold on to the motherfucking ball. There's two Thursday night games in 2 straight years. Like you get to play one of those a year. 2 years in a row, we have had a crucial in zone drop from a receiver or a tight end, Evan Ingram and Darius Slayton, and they have both lost those games after that. Like after that happened, I was like, we're fucked. I just lost all confidence. And even when fucking James Bradbury made the interception, like solid interception, but like you got your ass beat all goddamn night. And then to fucking when he picked the ball up and the defense runs to the end zone to the little mob pose and shit like that, I was like, go to the fucking sideline, guys. Go to the fucking sideline. What are you doing? Like y'all are losing the game at this point, and you have been trash all night. You don't get to celebrate.
Yeah, sit down. Just sit down.
Win. Go to the fucking bench and shut the fuck up. Maybe look at some fucking like pictures and look at some shit to go towards the next drive because you're gonna fuck that up too. When that happened, I was like, watch, Danny's gonna lead. Like Danny scored or let us down. We scored, and then I was like, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose by a field. They're gonna kick a field goal at the end, and then they missed it. Hopkins missed it, but we were offside because we can't fucking do one goddamn thing right. We can't. And I hate it. And I don't understand. Like when Danny, who has been called the problem for a long time, is the one that is the fucking hero of the game, he should have been like, we should have been talking about like, man, this Giants offense figured it out. Their defense was able to, like, we could have been talking about a whole nother Giants team if they could just figure it the fuck out. Joe Judge teaches the fundamentals and not penalties and stuff like that. And just that, like, it was horrendous. It was terrible. I don't understand at all what's happened to the defense in just an offseason. Like they were a way different unit this time last year, and it's like they've got the names, they've got the guys there, they're just not performing. Besides Blake Martinez, he does everything right, and Ojulari does awesome stuff too. But other than that, like, what are we doing?
It's bizarre how like quickly because the theme pretty much last year was, if it wasn't for the defense, we'd have lost a lot of more games. But this year, this game is ridiculous. Like the only 2 players realistically who could hold their head up high after that game is Daniel Jones and Graham Gano. Because Graham Gano is Mr. Consistent.
Badass.
He's just solid.
Yeah. Just lock it in when he's up there.
You might as well just give us the 3 points or the extra point.
It's automatic.
Just what's the point of wasting? Why make him break a sweat? He's going to score, obviously. But yeah, I remember watching that game, or watching the field goal at the end, and when they missed, and I should have known better because I started celebrating for a couple of seconds, and I saw the fucking flag go. I was like, oh, this is going to be against us, isn't it? Fuck. And then I couldn't watch it, and then when I heard, oh, Washington win, I was like, fuck's sake. And it was about midnight here, and so I went, I need to unwind, so I run myself a bath, grabbed some beers, and I just soaked in a bath for a couple of hours, just ranting to myself. My wife was like, "What are you doing this now? It's midnight." I was like, "I'm too angry to go to bed right now.
Talk to me. I need my space.
Just need to unwind right now." It was absolutely shocking, absolutely ridiculous. But I mean, other kind of things that happened in the game, obviously, Nick Gates, poor Nick Gates.
God damn
I'm just going to give a shout out to him as he broke his leg, or as he said, snapped the shit out of that, or whatever exactly the words were. I mean, thankfully they didn't show it again on the TV, and I haven't gone out of my way to watch it at all.
Not great.
But
like we were weakest, I would say, on our offensive line going into that, and that's like he's a key part of that offensive line. That I mean, shout out to everybody else that was kind of stepping up. I felt like for the most part we looked like the offensive line didn't look bad at all. Like we had a solid, like Andrew Thomas is making moves. Chase Young like getting a couple of hits, I think, on the quarterback, like and a one tackle for loss. Like we really limited Chase Young. Montez Sweat was good. Whatever the other dude was on Washington was good. But like Chase Young was the guy you got to stop. We did a great job limiting him. And shout out to Andrew Thomas. Nate Solder was good for the most part. Just I don't know. I was like that, and like look at Danny. Look at what Danny can do when he has an offensive line. I've been fucking saying that for 2 years now. Like he's a good quarterback if he can get the protection, and now that he doesn't have to just run for his life every fucking time that he gets the ball, like defenses don't just sit back and wait for it. But now they're gonna have to spy him. They're gonna have to spy him, and you're gonna have a guy that's dedicated to Daniel Jones, which is gonna open up other spots on the field. That's what the beauty of Daniel Jones is. He's got the feet, he's got the arm, he can do it all. And if we can just protect him, this is going to be a scary offense if Jason Garrett can learn how to fucking make calls. You even posted, like, at one point, it was just like that, hey, let's throw it 2 yards short of the chains. Like, yes, that's all Jason Garrett knows how to do. Like, the offensive, like, players just need to be, okay, whatever Jason says, just run 4 yards further than that. And, like, just add 5 yards, dude. Like, this is a terrible call. And I wanted to point out that Kenny Golladay was yelling at Daniel on the sidelines, and everybody was like, man, this is – Right. But like everybody was, man, the Giants are just in disarray when your star acquisition right receiver is yelling at the quarterback only 2 weeks in. And then he came out the other day and was like, actually, I was yelling at Jason Garrett. I got a little heated, and they was like, oh, you're yelling at Garrett? Dude, fucking who cares?
What character you are?
We needed, dude. We love Golladay. Like, it was just such a fast, like, it turned it around completely. Oh, yeah, we want to yell at it. We get it. I want to yell at Jason Garrett every day. So, yes, please continue to yell at him.
I'm actually kind of upset you didn't punch him. But yeah, I was reading what he said. It was quite funny that when he was like, "Oh, yeah, I was just getting passionate and heated. We're a competitive guy, and I let my emotions get the best of me." Blah 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 blah. And I was like, "Huh, a Giants wide receiver who lets his emotions get the best of him and has an outburst on the side of the field." I think I've heard this song before.
Yeah, but shout out Sterling Shepard, dude. That guy. Like, it's a weird thing to say about, like, a receiver because it's kind of like a backhanded compliment, but, like, he's like, maybe, I would say he's one of the best number 2 wide receivers, like, true number 2, not like, hey, we have 2 number 1 wideouts, could be ones anywhere else. Like, Sterling Shepard needs to not be the top receiver on your team. Galladay's our guy. Sterling is in the perfect role as the number 2 receiver in our system. Like, when he was behind Beckham, that was awesome. He goes off. He feasts. I think that, like, Daniel and him obviously have that connection, and that was working out. I think the Rudolph and Jones connection we saw a little bit more of as well. I don't know what we're going to expect out of Ingram. Probably him tipping the ball to the other team a lot. So I'm not really like every time it's like he's inactive, I'm like, I don't really care. I mean, they're like, well, you know, he's got the speed. It's like, yes, he does, but like also he can fuck us over, and he's done that more than he's helped us. So yes, he makes plays. I don't coming back next year, so I don't fucking care. But yeah, we didn't have Ingram in again. I mean, Saquon's slowly getting back there. I don't think a lot of people are doubting Saquon, just like saying he's done, but like he's working back from an ACL injury. Like he's not 100%, and he's doing pretty well for. Like, he had that long run. He had a couple of runs that got called back, but just the offense in so many like little ways. Like other than the fact that like Jason Garrett just forgets that we have a guy named Kadarius Toney on our team. He just has no, like, oh, that guy? Never heard of him. Like, I get that he's small, but, like, you can't see him? Like, come on. Why did you – like, he's your first-round draft pick.
Did he play it? Like, did he even take any snaps this week? 'Cause I know he only took like 2 game 1.
I don't. I think he may have been out there, but he didn't get any looks or targets. Fun fact: everybody listening to this podcast right now, unless I guess you've played in the NFL, if you have not played an NFL down, you have more receiving yards this year than Kadarius Toney because he has -2. Like, that is how little he has been used by this horse shit offensive coordinator named Jason Garrett that does not know what's going on. He has a fucking amazing arsenal of tools at his disposal, and it's just like, 8-yard out route. An 8-yard route. All right, you want to expect an 8-yard out route. Hey, Jason, you're doing that again. Quit. Hey, let's run it on first down again and second down. Third down's our passing down. They know that, Jason. They know it. It's very easy to see. It's a pattern, dude.
We made jokes about it last week, but he was still doing it this week. Same shit.
Well, and it's like, it is a joke, and then it's like, it's not a joke because it's true. It's as you like, run, check, okay. Play action pass, okay. All right, change it up a little bit on second down. Third down, pass. Yep, it's a pass. Okay, cool, done. And then also third down, throw it a little short of the sticks. Cool, got it. Those are where all the routes are run. But like, you do you, Jason Garrett. Somehow you still have a job. I don't understand. But like, just adjust. I wouldn't be yelling like fire Jason Garrett if he could just adjust a little bit. But he does the same thing. It's so predictable. And then the fact that it was working, like, if you change it up a little bit, man, just imagine how your offense could be if you called some different plays instead of the same 8 plays over and over.
And for the love of God, play Kadarius Toney, because it's getting now to the point.
Go out there. What? If he drops a ball, he's just like Darius Slayton. Like, Darius Slayton can't catch shit. Who cares?
Getting to the point.
Fucking give Kadarius out there. He's a solid number 3.
Because we saw it in week 1 where they don't play him so bad, like, to the point of when he does come on the field, pretty much everyone's like, "Oh, they're doing something with him because he hasn't come on," right. And then. Hence why he has -2 yards.
But demote Slayton for a week and then put Toney up in that third spot. Or at least let him like split some snaps, man. Like we drafted him so we can throw the ball to him, right? Like that's usually what you do with the wide receiver you took in the first round. I don't know. The Falcons didn't get Julio Jones and just like sit him. It doesn't make sense.
Don't make no sense.
Figure it out, defense. Figure it out, defense, mostly, and then use goddamn Kadarius Toney. We had the Falcons this week. 0-2 for like the
battle of 0-2.
Eighth time in the last 9 years.
This is one of those like really like on the negative side because they normally hype this up when they like 2 undefeated teams play each other. Someone's O's gonna go. I guess that's what this is. Hopefully, unless we draw.
There were a couple of years ago. I think it was like 3-4 years ago. It was 0-2 Giants head to the 0-2 Texans, and the Giants won. And then I think we won like 6 games in a row, or 4 games in a row, or whatever it was. We kind of turned things around, and then we didn't end up doing anything, but we swapped it around there. So it's been done before. I do think that, knock on wood, I think that the Falcons are really bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say week 1 they got blown out by the Eagles week 1. So.
And they kind of made it a game a little bit this week, but like they looked bad. If we can stop, what's his face? Their Cordarrelle Patterson. It's like a wide receiver / running back that they're using. If we can slow him down, and I mean, obviously, what's their Calvin Ridley. If we can stop Calvin Ridley and Cordarrelle Patterson, I think that we're pretty set. Like, their defense has given up 30 points a game this year. I think that I think that we're going to be able to bounce back. I feel like they'll figure it out. They should be able to bounce back if they can look half as good as they did against Washington, against this Falcons team. I think the Falcons have more weapons than Washington did, but I don't know. Like, if our defense can figure out a little bit, we should blow out the Falcons if we can have a good game.
By the way, Bobby McThunderwaffles is a fantastic name in our chat.
Yeah, it is.
Says, I think Sir Middleton can rock a flat cap. Do you not own a flat cap?
I do not own a flat cap. I don't think I can pull off the flat cap or the the fedora, not like a fancy hat guy, you know.
But yeah, Bobby McThunderwaffles, great name. Thanks for talking.
That is a fantastic name.
We've gone several weeks now. We just have lurkers. They like watch us, but they don't say anything. But
yeah, they don't always have to comment, but like it's cool when you do. We appreciate it. But yeah,
thanks,
man.
Bobby.
I think moving on to the Falcons, this is a must-win. If the Giants want to do anything this season, I don't expect them to win the Super Bowl this season, but I would like us to contend. I would like us to like contend for the division at least, like hang in there as much as we can, win the games we should win. I think we go out and I think we win. Like this is like it's the Eli. He's inducted into the Ring of Honor. Like you can't go out there and lay an egg for Eli. You can't do that. I think we see.
No, you can't lose that game.
God. We see Dan God. I think that, you know, like we have the feel good. Eli gets inducted into the Giants Hall of Fame. They unveil his Ring of Honor name and then retire his jersey. And I think we just fuck the Falcons up. We got to. Like that's what we got to do. We're gonna make it closer than we need to. I know we will, but we got to figure something out.
I mean, we need to start winning soon. I said,
this is a must-win. We're fucked if we don't win this game.
Yeah, I said the preview.
Then the Saints the following week. We have a shitty schedule after that. Saints, then Cowboys. I want to say.
I think we need, like I said, I think heads are going to roll if we don't at least have like a winning season this year. I think we have to go. What is it? 17 games. We need to go at least. Wait, what's my maths? 9 and 8.
9 and 8. Yeah.
I think we have to at least go 9 and 8.
Or around there, but just
so we need to start picking up.
Have more than 6 wins. You have to beat one of, I would say, Lions, Jags, Falcons would be the 3 worst teams according to a lot of people this season. You have to beat those teams when you play them.
Well, the thing that made me nervous because Washington.
You gotta get this.
Washington's normally check instant win, like automatic win. So
well, they had like the streak going, you know. Like we had beaten them 5 times in a row. It's just like those are the odds.
6 is much better,
right? I mean, I would have rather it been 6 in a row, but I think that I think Washington's a better football team than the Falcons are by a lot. Just get the offensive line to protect us. If our defense can maybe fucking figure out what to do, I don't know. Maybe make some tackles, figure it out. That'd be awesome. Matt Stafford.
Don't go offside.
Don't commit it. I don't think we're gonna have a lot of penalty problems this game. I feel like
better not.
This is gonna be the part where you either see us buy into Joe Judge 100%, or like he was too much of a hardo and they're not buying into what he's doing. Which I'm gonna be really upset if that's the case. Because the whole thing about building a culture, establishing that is like that's what you've done. This is the season that you take a step. You have to win it all, but you have to take a step forward and show us, okay, there's something that we're working with here.
It's an early game as well, so hopefully, you know, we can enjoy the rest of our Sunday rather than them ruining it.
Hopefully we have West Ham beat Leeds, and then we have the Giants just roll and take out Atlanta, so that'd be awesome.
Where we got? Is it Saturday we're playing Leeds?
Oh, yeah, Saturday. Next month we have like a bunch of Sunday games, and I'm not excited about that.
So it's Thursday. No, wait, tomorrow's Wednesday. Never mind. Forget that. It's Wednesday tomorrow. So Wednesday onto Saturday. That makes more sense. I was like, why are we playing Thursday and Saturday? That seems unfair, but okay. Wednesday? Okay, cool. So I think without not getting our hopes up, I think we should be winning against the Falcons on Sunday. That
31-27.
We should be 1.
31-27. We're going to make it closer than we need to be.
Oh. Why?
That's how they do it. They don't ever just win easy. They like the Giants and West Ham don't know how to do that. It's just impossible. They're like, do I want you to have a comfortable win? Nah. You're going to sweat it out.
Alex, or Bobby McThunderwaffles, or Alex O, says, knowing the Falcons' horrible defense, how do you think Barkley will do? I mean, he was getting warmed up against Washington. I could see him doing some fun runs.
I would assume, yeah, he has, if he can find the holes, right? You know, I would assume that he can do that. I think he should have a better game. Hopefully he gets his first 100-yard game of the season. Booker's been solid in relief, I think, and we even got to see Penny finally run it a little bit on Thursday. But yeah, I think Barkley, like each week you're going to see Barkley kind of ramp up and do better and better. And I mean, this is another week for him to do better. I mean, like I don't think he's going to be 100% until like probably halfway through the season, if we're being honest, just because it was such an injury he had to come back from. But I think he's like right now probably 80%. Like you can just tell he's a little hesitant at times, and if he can get over that, then he's good. Like you saw the old Barkley, like you saw flashes of that, and just working back from an ACL injury is not easy. You know what I mean? Adrian Peterson made it look easy, but other than that, like it's not an easy thing to do. And I think that Barkley, I'd like to think that he has the 100-yard game. If Barkley has 100 yards this weekend, I think we win. I will say that. I guarantee we'll win if he has 100 yards.
Agree.
They do not have Freeman. They had him last year. Now they have Devontae Booker.
They love that Devontae's. Okay, so yeah, you go 31-27. I mean, they scored 6 against the Eagles, but then they scored 25 against the Super Bowl champions.
And like it was kind of like late too, because they went down by a lot, but they started to have a comeback.
So I'm gonna go 30-17. I'm gonna be more confident. We're gonna win by bigger.
I would much rather be that.
17. I think Graham Gano is gonna have another great game. We're not gonna miss. I think I'm gonna go 4 touchdowns and a field goal. That's how I'm going to see the game playing out. Daniel Jones is going to pop off. I think Kenny G is going to get a nice touchdown. That's what I'm seeing in my head. And finally, Kadarius Toney is going to score an amazing touchdown, and we can finally start selling those shirts.
Yeah.
Like Jason Garrett is fucking up our shirt sales, man.
If he scores, we should give away a shirt. We'll give away a Kadarius Toney shirt if he scores. So there.
If Kadarius Toney scores a touchdown,
if Kadarius Toney scores, whoever tweets
we'll
us
give
first,
away.
Say "Go Giants" at CBB Pod,
and you'll get one of these bad boys. My little Tony.
We'll send it to you. So there you go.
So everyone, positive energies.
Do it.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Hey, right. That was some
therapeutic
episode. I feel better. Also, I think the beer helped. Coming up this week, obviously the Claret and Big Crew. Well, that's what we call it. And the Gravy Game. What they got to look forward to? New episode of Pass the Gravy tomorrow. What they got to look forward to?
I mean, we're gonna talk a little bit of NFL. We're gonna give you our Pass the Gravy picks for week number 3, our gambling picks, and then we're gonna talk about the moon. The moon's back. We're talking about the moon. I don't know what's up. What's the deal with the moon? Am I right, guys? And then we're gonna answer all your questions and tell you what's not cool this week. So, a fun-filled episode on this week's Pass the Gravy podcast tomorrow at Pass the Gravy Pod. Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram.
Pew 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 day.
Pew. Bobby gets it.
And then Waffle Box, new episode of that. Mainly, we're going to be talking about remakes and how they annoy me. Like, they're talking about remaking the Bodyguard movie. Like, why? And then also, I don't know if you're familiar with. Do you have Vice TV?
I do.
Have you ever seen any of their documentaries, The Dark Side of the Ring?
No, I just noticed like Vice has like a vibe about Vice, where it's like, yo, dude, we're cool. We're not mainstream, but we're super mainstream, but we're not mainstream. This is what we're covering, guys.
So basically, they did an episode. So Dark Side of the Ring is basically a documentary series where they talk about dark, shady shit that's gone in, the background of wrestling industry and like the real dingy shit. And they did an episode on what was called The Plane Ride from Hell, which was a flight from London to Connecticut for the WWE, which basically, long story short, resulted in several people getting fired and several lawsuits being filed against the WWE by air hostesses. It was a wild fucking documentary, and we're going to be talking about that tomorrow on Waffle Box, because woof, it was a tough watch. That's what you get when you get a bunch of guys together on a private plane. Lots of alcohol.
Exactly.
So check that out at Pass the Gravy Pod on social networks, at Waffle Box Pod on all the other social networks. Make sure because Waffle Box is going to drop around about so I always say Wednesday, but technically it drops at 11 p.m. if you're in the Central Time. If you're good friends in Texas, technically you're going to get it later tonight. Technically, and then so enjoy that.
How about
and then listen to Pass the Gravy around about what's that normally about 5, 6 o'clock. That normally drops 5, 6, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, and Pastor Gay, bro, we got like a little less. We got about 2 weeks left. Oh, we got 1 week after tomorrow. Tomorrow is 1 week from finale night. So winding down. If you watch Big Brother, we got the best recaps out there.
Also, before we wrap this up, I have it's not a bone to pick with you because I totally understand. Pass the Gravy is a very high level show. So it's not you don't rush to put this out, right? You need a lot of work to go into making it that good, that perfection. But obviously you release the audio version on Wednesday, and then the video version normally comes out towards the weekend, right?
Right. Robert does the video version, but he makes it all nice and pretty.
He does a great job. Shout out to Robert. I'm not dissing him. However, when the new episode comes out on Wednesday, and I listen to it on Wednesday, and then several times in the last episode, you were like, "Hey guys, if you're not watching the video version, what are you doing? You're missing out." I'm like, I would like to, but I can't.
I'll see if we can get those up earlier. I feel like they've been coming up by like Fridays now. But yeah, we'll see if we can get up on Thursday.
No, hey, take your time, but just don't judge me, Alex, for not watching the video version.
No, I got you. I got you. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. But then we've been doing it with like Zoom and stuff. Since we're not in person, it's like so much. You just gotta kind of like, point out like, hey, well, like this, what Pat's doing right now, you probably can't hear, but he's doing something. Bobby McThunder Waffles says I did not answer. Is that Ryan? Bobby Thunder Waffles says I did not answer when the Braille version comes out. Oh, Robert at Robert Barbosa 03, our producer Robert, he's in charge of all the Braille versions. He transcribes it all. That's why it takes so long for the video version sometimes. He's got to do the Braille version. He translates it into Dutch. He types it up. So if you want to, like, a lot of people don't like to listen to podcasts or watch them. They just want to read. It's like a good book.
Oh,
so I can also call myself an author at this point too.
If I've read the transcript of
hundreds of books
of a 3-hour Pass the Gravy podcast, I reckon my head would hurt.
Might change your life
in one way or the other.
I'll get Robert to send you the script.
Yeah,
it's 100% scripted.
The transcript. I would like to make a movie. Okay.
It'd be like a Harry Potter book.
Thick like a Harry Potter book. And yeah. Okay, so yeah, make sure check me out at Mr. Mike Fish, him at Alex J Middleton, Pass the Gravy Pod at Waffle Box Pod. Obviously, make sure if you are watching this, hit the subscribe button on the YouTube page. If you do want to listen to us, listen to. Sorry, got stiffifficking. I'm stiffifficking. If you want to listen to this, obviously we're also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, all that good shit. Go to cbbpod.com for all the links. But until then, good luck, West Ham. Good luck, Giants. Let's have a positive show next week. But until then, come on, you Irons. Come on, Big Blue. And we'll see you next Tuesday.